Hello, and apologies for my tardiness this evening. Oops, my chair is creaking there. I just walked in the door, and I apologize for being so late. The train was late. I was late. And sometimes that's just how life rolls. So once again, I'm sorry for being, tardy this evening. Let me just fix my chapeau here. What's going on there? There we go. I did not intend to be as late as I am, and I apologize immensely for that. 1 second. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. So, thanks for joining, if you're able to get here, and I do apologize for being late. Sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles, and I literally just walked in just like 2 seconds ago. So apologies if you were waiting and I disappointed you. I did not mean to do that. And I hope you are not hating me too much right now at the moment. I hope you are, hope you're doing okay. So I'm going to try and cue some stuff up here in the background while I wax poetically, or at least, do my best to do so, to talk to you about how this is a funny time of the year. Let me just fix something here while I've got lots of things going on, and the funny time of the year. I was very much in a rush to get here to do this, so bear with me for a sec. Come on. There we go. Just trying to get something operational here, and it doesn't seem to want to work, so that's a bit of a complication. I don't know why, but there you are. Sometimes things just don't work out the way you want them to, but that's okay. So my chapeau is a little scronkly at the moment. Let me see if I can fix it up a little bit for you. There we go. So once again, I apologize. I am 30 minutes late. That was never my plan. But the dinner ran later than I planned, and the train was late, and it took us a little while to get home. But I'm here now, and I'm hoping that if you are willing to join for a moment or two, to express to me how you're feeling. I find that this time of the year is, as I've discussed in the past, incredibly complicated, convoluted, and complex. We tend to feel a multitude of feelings. Some good, some bad, some messed up. And they're all human. I do feel for the folks who are, celebrating in the sense that it's something they've taken part in the past, and all of a sudden life has changed their perspective or manner in which you go about things, and all of a sudden you find yourself alone on this day, and that can be incredibly difficult. I was fortunate enough to be surrounded by family and friends and loved ones, and I don't take that for granted. I consider myself to be incredibly blessed. That being said, there was a time when, in the very recent past, even though I was, blessed, even though I did have the same group around and with me, one second. I didn't actually feel it because of the terrible brain chemistry that, as you know, as I've discussed in the past, can really redirect how you're feeling about life. Now, fortunately enough for me, I've been able to find a way through the fog and fire via medication and meditation and therapy, and finally learning to listen to the real thoughts, the real authentic thoughts, the ones that tell you that you are loved and that people love you, not the ones that tell you the lies, which is what depression and anxiety do, is they just lie to you constantly. And I don't want to tell you how tough that is. I know many of you out there know already how difficult it is to deal with those disorders and the terrible things that those disorders say to you. And I hope that on this day of all days that you don't feel that way. But if you do, please know that I'm here. I'm here to listen. I'm here to talk to you. I'm here to exchange thoughts and ideas with you. And again, I apologize for being late, but better late than never, I guess. It's funny how you make plans and sometimes life gets in the way. That's okay. Still able to make it here. Let me just see if I can fix this thing in the background. It's giving me an issue. And I don't know what is going on. It's trying to work. There it goes. I don't know what is going on. It's making noise, though. It's supposed to be silent. It's trying to work. There it goes. I'm just very troubled. Let's see if I can just kill it. Hang on a second here. I give up. No, I'm just going to kill it. There we go. It's still going. Hang on. There we go. I think that worked. I think that fixed it. So this device is set up to be like a teleprompter. And the idea behind it being, oops, it's just moving my camera on me. The idea behind it is that it's still making noise. The idea behind it is I can look into your eyes. There we go. I think that worked. Okay, that worked. Wow, that was very troublesome. The idea behind the teleprompter is I can look into the camera and still see where I am in the monitor. And that means I don't have to look down like this to see if I'm still in frame and if things still look good. But it wasn't working out because I forgot to kill the volume on it because I was rushed to get here and didn't have time to prepare. And as a result, it just kind of went scronkly on me. It happens. I'm not even upset by it. You know why? It's the one day of the year where I just let a lot of things go. I just let it go. Let it roll off your back like water off a duck. Technology fails. People make mistakes because we're human. And this is a stressful, tough time of the year for so many people. Not everyone. If you don't celebrate, if Christmas is not a part of your life, that's fine. You don't have to be a Christian to celebrate Christmas, though. And here's why I say this. Christmas is about getting together with friends, family, and loved ones and celebrating each other. Maybe you exchange gifts, maybe you don't. Maybe you just have a meal together. Maybe you go for coffee, maybe you go for a drink. I don't know and I don't judge. It's just a time when you can spend quality time with friends, co-workers, family, people that you love and care for. And unfortunately, not a lot of people, let me rephrase that. There are a lot of people who don't be able to or can partake in that. There are friends and family who sometimes are separated from those that they love and care for. There are co-workers who have just come here from another part of the world and their family is in another part of the world. And even though they may not celebrate Christmas, they kind of feel a little bit more lonely at this time of the year because they see the celebration that so many people are taking part in and it's not their culture. And I'm sure they're missing their family and friends who are back home in another part of the world. And for those folks, I'm like, hey man, just reach out to your Uncle Paul. I want to make you feel welcome. I want to let you know that you are part of a community of people who want to make this world a better place. By talking to you and talking with you and discussing that which troubles us at this time of the year and, for want of a better term, all the time. Depression and anxiety are horrible things, and they can really be horribly detrimental to your life. And I understand that. I also understand that you don't have to be alone. You don't have to suffer in silence. You can come out, join the community like this, and talk to me. You can join the chat, you can just send me a message, or you can just listen to me wax on impoetically, because I'm not a poet, about some of the things that I've experienced in my life and how I've been able to smooth things over and understand that as bad as things got, and some days they were horrible, that in the end I realized I was going to be okay, but it took me many years to get to that place. Maybe a little bit longer than I cared to mention. And I can understand how if you're sitting at home right now and you're hearing this and you're wondering, how can I get there too, Paul? Well, here's what I can tell you. Reach out, find a community. Maybe this one's for you, maybe it isn't. Find people that can listen to you when you need to talk about what you're going through. Find people who will understand that when you're going through the darkest period, you cannot talk about it. And let them know that you need them to be there. Sometimes you just need somebody to sit beside you. They don't even have to listen, they just need to be present. Maybe you can talk about what you're feeling, maybe you can't. Maybe you can just say, look, man, let's just talk about whatever, sports, or whatever it is, fashion, whatever it is that you need to distract your mind about the pain that you're going through long enough so that you can get to a comfortable place so you can then open up to your person and say, this is what I'm going through. And maybe you are fortunate enough to have the ability to seek out professional help. And I say fortunate enough in the sense that you either have the financial means or an insurance program or universal health care that can help you through something like this. I recognize what a privilege it is for me to have all those things at my disposal. And I also recognize that for many, many years I didn't use them because I didn't feel I needed them. And also, I felt like I could do it all on my own. But I came to learn the hard way that you can't do it on your own. You shouldn't. You should rely upon your friends, your family, your community, your coworkers, those you can confide and trust in. And I don't mean you should just confide and trust in everyone you see, because that's not correct either. And I can't tell you who to confide and trust in. Only you can determine that. But I'm hoping you have someone like that in your life, so that when you get to a dark place, when you feel those terrible feelings of loneliness and emptiness and sadness, that you have somebody that you can reach out to and say, hey, I'm a mess. I need to talk. And then maybe you don't say anything. Maybe you just say, that's all I can tell you right now. And hopefully they'll just be there for you then. And if they're not, I'm here. I'm here at least once a week, and I'm going to try and make it more often so that you can join in to the chat, this little community that we have. Sometimes I go on for 30 minutes, and sometimes I go on for an hour, and sometimes I give you what I got. And today I started late, and I apologize, but I've given you all I've got this evening. I'm exhausted, and I need to go lie down. Christmas Day is a wonderful time of the year. It's also exhausting, truly exhausting. And I'm not complaining. Not by a long shot. But it is time for me to get some rest. And you know what? I'm going to make this up to you by giving you some more tomorrow. I do promise you. And I will try and endeavor to do my best to be on time tomorrow, because I was late today. And for that, I am truly sorry. But things were beyond my control. And I got here as quickly as I could. So why don't we do this again tomorrow? 9:30 p.m. Tuesday, Eastern Standard Time. I think I owe it to you. I'll see you then. Take care. Bye.